pocket and around half forward. Ian Sully, I thought, was a player with promise. He kicked 3 from centre half forward. Tony Lloyd, good early but faded. Gavin Fox did some useful work in defence. Gavin Clark, I thought, was a top player across half-back. He had the unenviable task, as you mentioned, of going on to Benson. And I thought DeWitt tried hard in ruck all day. Matheson got a lot of possessions and he also played fairly well.
Matthew Benson, clearly best man on the ground, kicked 4 goals. A future in front of that boy. I like Grant Zubranick's game as a rover as well. Young Winter in the back pocket took the eye. Mark Heinrich on the half-back flank had a good game, as did Wiseman at full-back. Veal, after a brilliant opening, got a little quiet in the middle part of the game but finished on strongly. Hyde for a good effort. Also, Leonard did well at times. Just repeating the final score.
And the game is underway here at Football Park. Sturt kicking to the left of your screen to the northern end of the ground in the first quarter. Saru was doing the ruck work for them and Hargraves, but it's going to be Darmody who will get the first kick of the game, the first effective kick of the game. Well, it wasn't effective from Torrens' point of view because the Torrens attack has been aborted at right half back. Now they'll move the ball through forward, down the outer wing, looking for Hargraves. He was the player in front of the pack. Sturt able to get it away. Schimmelbusch went without it. This has given Sturt a chance through Smith, who gets it in towards centre half forward. A chance now for Hargraves. A raking hand pass. Smith stood aside to allow Derrington to take it. This could be a very early goal to Sturt. It is. Oh, gee, they used the ball well from the half forward line too. Sturt 1 goal, Torrens yet to score, and that goal was scored in the first 45 seconds of the game. Well, let's hope that's not a sign of things to come here this afternoon. Hargraves being opposed by Katzoli. In goes Pavlich on top of the pack. And just as Stretch was about to break away with it, the umpire blew his whistle and we'll have a bounce down midway between the centre of the ground and centre half forward with Torrens in attack. 31 there is Saru. He's the number 1 knock ruckman, but in fact it was Stretch who got it across to Pavlich. Now an opportunity for Torrens to set something up here. As Flanagan comes down and does the spoiling, it comes to Lindsay, and there's a great reply from Torrens. It wasn't a sign of things to come, that early goal from Sturt. Scores a level, 1 goal apiece, and we haven't as yet played 2 minutes in the first quarter. So a very lively start to this game here at Football Park. Hargraves winning the tap. It was taken by a teammate that, excuse me, that player was Downs. He was well caught, and the free kick goes to Stretch. Smothered off the boot, a chance for Saru. Took his eyes off the ball. Back he goes to Collier. Good tackle applied there as Sturt try and get out of trouble. It's not going to last long. Ball coming back towards the half-forward line for Torrens. It was Heinrich getting it across towards a teammate in Filkey. Filkey to Motley. Motley is on left centre wing. That makes it awkward for the forwards. Kellett's in front. Robson was there also for Torrens, but Sturt come away with the ball. Derrington at ground level. Saru getting a long hand pass to no one in particular. In comes Collier. He's got Schimmelbusch going past him. He's gone back the other way. It's a good kick too. Good lead provided by Amos. Gets it to Pavlich. Pavlich to Schimmelbusch, who's done a lot of hard running to get that far, and that's Flanagan. Flanagan would be 30 metres out from goal. He's on a fairly acute angle, as you'll see when the camera pulls back. But he's certainly within kicking distance. Only a light breeze prevailing. It's blowing from right to left. That's pretty close. It's close enough. Torrens are in front. They're 2 goals straight. Sturt are 1 goal straight. And we've played just 3.5 minutes in the first quarter. So Torrens have wasted the opportunity to clear the ball away from that left fullback pocket. 46 is Pisani. He's got it to Schimmelbusch. Good shepherding by Robson. Now the support coming out of the fullback line again. Oh, that's not such a good hand pass. Put Robson under all sorts of pressure. Filkey gets it across towards a teammate. That player shoots towards goal. It was Downs. But there's Enright in the goal square. He's camped there throughout the opening minutes of this first quarter, and that's allowed Schimmelbusch to clear the ball in the direction of Amos. He was pushed in the back by Ford, but play allowed to go on. Radbone, that's a beautiful kick from Radbone. It's a goal. Sturt second. They're back in front. Sturt at 2-1. Torrens at 2 goals.
Well, Torrens managed to scrape the ball out of defence to find Chris Radbone, who turned in on the left foot with the long raking drop punt. beautiful 50-metre spearing shot at goal to register Sturt second.
Pillmore from the half-back line for Torrens, down towards centre-half forward, and that's a good mark to Hargraves. He's got support at the back of the pack. Down towards the half-forward line. Torrens player in front wasn't allowed the mark. Downs works it towards full forward. Oh, good bounce for Davies. McIndoe was most unlucky. Sturt getting their third goal. Then 3-1. Torrens are 4 goals. We played 12 and a half minutes in the first term. The difference is 5 points here, and we've now played 13 minutes in the first quarter. Cazzoli getting it out wide to accommodate Darmody, but he was robbed of the ball by Radbone, who gets it across to Smith. Smith is at half forward. Torrens are under pressure. Davies taken off hands cleverly by Enright, but Smith will be first to it for Sturt. He's close to the boundary line, was well shepherded. Another chance for Davies. There was no luck involved that time. Davies is only 20 metres out from goal. He's directly in front, and a goal here will give Sturt the lead. The lead, in fact, has changed 3 times already in this first quarter. Davies has got his second in as many minutes. Sturt are 4-1, Torrens are 4 goals straight. Sturt lead by a point, 15 minutes gone in the first term. Hewish with the hand pass across to Pake. Well, this is Pake, in fact. The hand pass came from Barbary. Not a good kick from Pake. Schimmelbusch did that well to get around Smith. Lindsay is the target. Torrens looking a lot more positive up forward than they have in recent weeks. This is Pavlich. He's already kicked 2. He's within scoring distance again. See, they've given him some room to move. He's 40 metres out from goal. It's a Torrens mark. I think it's Flanagan in front of the pack. And so Flanagan, who's playing at full forward today, will shoot for goal. He's kicked 1 already, and he's only 7 or 8 metres out on a fairly acute angle. But from that distance, almost point-blank range, the angle should be of little consequence. And a goal here would give Torrens back the lead. He's got it. Torrens are fighting well. They're 5 goals straight. Sturt are 4-1. That's 16 and a half minutes into the game. McIndoe brings the ball back into play for Torrens. Saru is there with Hargraves. Well done, Saru. Downs to Barbary and back to Downs. Hewish gets it across to Barbary. That's good roving by Barbary. He's capped it off with a fine goal. 7-5. 26 and a half minutes played in the first quarter.
Took a couple of brave Sturt little men to stand in the way of Jeff Saru. And what an awesome sight with him bearing down on you.
Yes, it was courageous play by those Sturt defenders, but I think that's what Torrens need from Saru at this stage. They really need something that will lift them. He's going to kick a goal himself. No, he's not.
It's been a good clash between Saru and Hargraves. Both have been getting kicks in defence. Saru probably on top at the bouncers.
That kick from Reid. Cazzoli to Collier. Collier's about 45 metres out from goal. That's a goal. Well, it was a wobbly old kick, but it was effective. Torrens have started the second term well. They're 6-1. They trail Sturt 8-5, 2 minutes into the quarter. Saru bounced off his legs. Free kick to Sturt. Player on the bottom of all that is Hargraves. Oh, free kick to Torrens.
Yes, there was one underneath Hargraves.
Pisani. Schimmelbusch. He was going to play on, but he did the right thing then. Realised there were no leads on offer. That's high in the Roberts direction. Amos and Pake eventually contesting it. Flanagan. Pavlich. He's been a creative forward. Lindsay couldn't quite take the mark. Stretch is in there. You're fighting with each other, fellas. Roberts gets it back to Lindsay, who was pushed cleanly in the centre of the back, and the umpire saw it.
It's Peter Reid, too enthusiastic, bore down on Lindsay as hard as he could go, and the umpire Weston has ruled a free.
Bruce Lindsay has kicked 1 goal so far for Torrens. He's only 15 metres out. This should be his second. And if he can get it, Torrens are only 9 points in arrears. That's the situation 4 minutes into the second term. Frost at fullback for Sturt. It's a good mark to Roberts. He's got on top of Motley in this quarter. Not a particularly good kick. Pavlich is in front. With him was Ford. Clever tap by Lindsay, but again Schimmelbusch wanted 2 attempts to pick it up. Lindsay comes back. That's a very good goal. Lindsay did all that work on his own. Torrens are now 8-2, Sturt are 9-5. That's 9 minutes into the quarter, the second quarter. Heinrich has the free kick in the back pocket for Sturt. They're under a little bit of pressure at the moment. Their lead has been cut to 9 points. Cazzoli. He's at left half forward for Torrens. He wants Flanagan to come towards him. Oh, Frost. Backed his judgment, playing from behind. Frost, the Sturt custodian. Darmody was up at the back. Whittlesey has the ball. Gets it to Radbone. Here goes the racehorse. Here's one of those telling runs that so often finishes up in a goal. Motley has it. He's 45 metres out. Davies takes the mark. Well, Torrens have frittered away opportunities up in front of goal for the last 10 minutes. They were unable to kick a 6-pointer. And now Sturt, on one of their few sorties into the forward line, should register a goal. The 4th to Davies. The 11th to Sturt. They're 11-5. Torrens are 8-6, and it must be frustrating following Torrens. Unlucky not to get a free kick, perhaps.
Well, we've seen excellent play from the West Torrens defence. Whenever the ball comes in high, it's brought to ground either by Robson or by Kellett.
Amos was the flyer. Motley. Here goes Radbone. One of those long runs like a scythe. He goes through the half-back line. And Filkey will kick the goal this time. I would like to know how many Sturt goals emanate from Chris Radbone's wing in a game. Sturt at 12-5, Torrens are 8-8, 26 and a half minutes into the term. Saru and Hargraves. Derrington, Craig. Hollis. He's been watching Chris Radbone on the other side of the ground. Robson. Gee, he has played well today for West Torrens. They would be in a lot worse trouble if it wasn't for Lee Robson. Collier. Schimmelbusch. But now there's no one to kick it to. It's intended for Flanagan. Amos takes the mark. Lindsay takes the mark. Go for distance. Amos is back there. Flanagan's in front. Chance for Pavlich. He's kicked another one. Torrens get the first goal of the third quarter. They're 9-8, trailing Sturt 12-5. We've played 5 minutes. Frost. Beautiful kick. Right up towards the centre line. Stretch, a good mark. He's given Whittlesey plenty to think about today. He's a talented player, as Stretch. Flanagan in front, now at the back. Well played, on to Schimmelbusch. Oh, I don't believe that.
Umpire Jimmy Field ruled the hip was appointed too early. I disagree with Wally. Umpire's decision correct.
Well, I must be at a different football ground. Johansson. Or perhaps playing to a different set of rules. Sturt on the move forward again. Craig. Motley. This will be a travesty of justice if Motley kicks a goal. Sturt a 14 goals 6, Torrens a 10 goals 9, and the breaks have gone against Torrens in crucial areas on the ground. A little bit of feeling in this game. Stretch. Pillmore. Saru. That's good play. Collier. Except that he went back through the pack. Cunningham. Torrens refusing to lie down. Flanagan out in front. Oh, beautiful mark by Frost. Sturt by 21 points. Sturt 14-6, Torrens 10-9, 16 and a half minutes gone in this third quarter. Smith. Oh, I'd hate to be McIndoe. Filkey has it. I thought that was going to carry to Davies, and McIndoe had given him 2 or 3 metres start. Filkey from almost directly in front can stretch the lead to 27 points. And that is perhaps a sign that Torrens are starting to weaken in their run. Sturt are 15 goals 6, Torrens are 10 goals 9, 17 minutes into the third quarter. Oh, that's intended for Schimmelbusch. Great mark to Whittlesey. Well, Schimmer's forte is not high marking. I don't know why you deliver the ball like that to him in the first place. Sturt 15-7, Torrens 10-9. Schimmelbusch. Hargraves cornering him. Derrington gets around Kellett. Barbary back to his co-rover. That was good cooperative football by Craig Barbary and Jim Derrington. Sturt are 17-9, Torrens are 10-9, and it's just a matter of how far Sturt now.
Not a lot of movement in Sturt's forward line, obviously tiring.
Pretty tough out there at the moment. Saru is not making things any softer. Pavlich with him forward. Now Whittlesey. This has been Torrens' problem for most of the day. They've been outnumbered. This is Hollis, in fact. Pillmore. Hollis. Davies and McIndoe. It's a goal to Hollis. Sturt are 18 goals 9, Torrens are 10 goals 9, and we've played 28 minutes in the third term.
Yes, the Sturt wingman within scoring distance put the high punt forward, and it was the bulk of Davies against McIndoe. Davies shepherding the West Torrens fullback out for the ball to bounce just over the line.
Torrens tiring, looking a little dispirited.